I've been getting into some interesting hands with this guy, so I wanted to take a little break from the 6 max stuff. Okay, this is a real good spot to check raise. My opponent's been making continuation bets on this type of flop all the time. This is a play you need to add to your arsenal. The gutter ball straight draw was definitely a bonus, but really just a bonus. When you find an opponent who's always making continuation bets on the ace XX flops and the king XX flops, that's a really good spot to check raise, especially if you do have some equity, like my gutter ball straight. I mean, if he calls there and I do happen to spike my 4-outer, I'm stacking him for sure. But I did, I was doing the 6 max series. I'm going to get back to that. We're talking about metagame stuff. But I found a really bad player, and I thought it'd be a good chance to look at some default lines and just sort of how we frame our hands based on opponent mistake propensity and our relative hand value. Really, not much good can happen with a 5 deuce, so I just kind of wanted to see if he'd let me limp. He had let me limp my button a couple times before. And 7-9, not a great hand. Against a good player, I would fold this in a heartbeat. Well, I don't know. Min raise, heads up. 7-9 is pretty cuspy. It's right there on the edge of whether it's playable out of position or not. I don't want him to catch on to the fact that I am going to be taking a lot of flops with him with weak hands. But I really don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to be, catching on to much of anything. I probably could have even called there and tried to steal, but again, just for balance, I gotta let him have one every once in a while. And now, again, for balance, now I'm limping with a hand that I'm certainly willing to play. I'm gonna go ahead and stab this. It shouldn't be very believable to him, but he seems to be a little fearful of the ace XX type flops, and he's not, if I was in his shoes, I would have check raised me there 100% of the time, because I never have an ace there. I don't know if he thought maybe I was trying to level against him, which in a way I was. Okay, here's an interesting spot. This guy's been barreling his draws, so I'm for sure gonna call. That 9, as far as I'm concerned, is a brick. If he had it, he was already beating me. But if he checks, I think I do want to bet. If he bets, I'm going to call. At least one more time. Because I think, he could be barreling ace high here. The guy he just doesn't like to give up. But I want to bet here because I can get value from his king-queen, ace-king type stuff that he might have, his flush draws, and more than anything, and this is a little counter to how I normally think about the game, but quite honestly, yeah, when a queen comes off here, if I would have just checked, and then he fires at this queen, I'm not going to be able to make very good decisions in this spot. So betting there, hopefully I can just get to check, just check it back, get to showdown. He probably had ace king or a flush draw there. Wow, he just had one over. I mean, the guy really is bad at poker. So we're just gonna get in as many hands as we can until either we bust him or he gives up and leaves. And then we'll pick up and do some more heads up stuff. In fact, I think I will go back to, this might be the last hand. Okay, we've got a pretty nice SPR for stacking right now. What am I doing? Total misclick. I wasn't thinking. For sure 100% of the time that's an all-in. And probably we move all in there. And we stack most of his range. Super bad play. And now I let him get away with his stack intact. Really bad on my part. We'll pick back up on the 6 max and next time. So until next time.